Well, what'd you think about that weather today? All of us in the 70s, and you know what? Tomorrow, likely going to be a little bit warmer. We're going to challenge some all-time record highs. They've been on the books since 1962, so for a little bit. Record of 75 in Fayetteville, 79 in Fort Smith. My forecast taking us within about a degree in both locations. Not at all going to be surprised if we don't tie it. I'm not even going to be surprised if we don't break those records going into tomorrow. Before we go forward, let's look backwards real quick. Month of January is over with. The data is in, and it is showing us it was among one of the colder Januaries we've seen since the 50s. Temperatures about 3 to upwards of 4 degrees below average for the entire month. When it came to rainfall, we're almost an inch shy already in Fayetteville. It's a little early to start running a deficit. In Fort Smith, breaking almost even 2/100ths of an inch ahead of where we should be this time of the year. So let's talk about tomorrow. 78 likely area-wide in the River Valley. Low to mid-70s expected in northwest Arkansas. A fantastic way to start off the new work week. From there, though, things get pretty tricky. I mentioned that tricky cold front. Let me tell you what makes this cold front specifically tricky. The depth of the cold air is really shallow. So as it's approaching us from the north, it's likely that the elevation of the Ozark Mountains prevents that front from making its way further south. It's not out of the question, though, that maybe some of it does spill in and keeps parts of the area, maybe northwest Arkansas, a little bit cloudy, a little bit cooler on Tuesday, whereas points south of the tunnel may be a little bit warmer and, of course, a little bit more sunshine out there. Most of the data indicates that that front's going to get hung up and not be too much of a concern for us. I just think it's so close that I want to mention to you that there is a degree of uncertainty, no pun intended, with those temperatures on Tuesday. At any rate, what happens Tuesday? A couple of spotty showers out there. I'll go with a 10% chance, not widespread by any means. Southerly winds going to push that front back off towards the north going into Tuesday, and as that happens, we'll get a little bit more moisture in the air, which could give us a couple more showers. About a 30% chance, scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder out there as well. Beyond that, temperatures are slowly going to start coming back down closer to where they should be this time of the year. I think by Friday, northwest Arkansas, upper 50s, even that's above average. A brief warm up here Saturday, followed by a big surge of some colder air by Sunday, about a week from now. Imagine that, a week's difference is going to make highs on Sunday. Next week, likely only in the low 50s. Certainly going to get much colder. The trend continues to get colder and colder through the middle part of February. This is the latest from the Climate Prediction Center, showing pretty decent chance of below average temperatures for a large majority of the area, including all of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Meanwhile, the storm track somewhat favorable for above average precipitation. So you might get where I'm going with this. Temperatures are coming down, precipitation chances going up. What does that actually mean? Well, no wintry precipitation over the next 7 days. About a 30% chance of some scattered hit or miss showers on Wednesday. Temperatures coming down, but notice what happens, well, not tomorrow, but about 7 days from tomorrow. Temperatures keep cooling down. And then by the end of your 10-day forecast, 8, 9, 10 days away, temperatures are going to get cold. If we can get some moisture, which it looks like there very well could be some, maybe we've got to start watching out for the chance, and it is only that at this point. Do not go out there and buy milk and bread. Not just yet anyways, but there's a chance. I want to put it on your radar. I want to give you that early heads up. There could be some wintry mix in the picture about 9 to 10 days away from now. Not going to get too concerned with it just yet. I think the big story is how nice it's going to be for the next couple of days. Despite that tricky cold front or not, temperatures are likely going to be unseasonably warm. The question is just how unseasonably warm. Are we talking upper 50s or are we talking lower 70s? And it all really depends on where that front sets up. I think right now it's going to stay to our north just enough that we'll stay mild through Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we find those clouds are on the increase towards the end of the week. Temperatures coming down. A little bit of a warm up Saturday, followed by a reality check, if you will, with those highs back in the 40s, potentially about 10 days from now.
It's really going to hit us, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us that early warning, because people were getting a little bit too excited and thinking spring came early, but no.
I don't give that old groundhog a lot of credit most years, but I think maybe he got lucky this year. Winter is not over with. We're in fake spring, faux spring right now, but really those winter coats are going to be needed pretty soon.